Okay, in this video we're going to show you how to add a client vendor into IQ Reseller. To add a client vendor into IQ Reseller, you will go to the blue bar up here, hover over client vendor and click on client vendor. Here this will pull up the client vendor dashboard, so all of your existing client vendors will appear here as well. If you do want to add a new client vendor, it's very simple to do so. All you do is click new. Once you click new, this new window will appear. Anywhere that you see red is required. In the ID is going to be the client vendor code, and then the name is going to be the full company name. So for this example, let's add IQ Reseller to this database. Here we're going to have our code say IQ, and then the full company name is going to be IQ Reseller. The rep will be the rep code of who you're logged in as. Some companies will like to use this rep code as who owns the relationship. We have over here the type, so you can select what type of client vendor. So little things that IQ does differently than per se QuickBooks is we actually combine both our client vendors in together. And to help you better see which one's a vendor and which one's a customer, we have a client vendor type that allows you to select it. You can create these under the client vendor dropdown and create different types as well. For this one, we will say that they are an end user. You do have the ability to put a credit limit in here as well as an invoice day limit, and these will appear as soft notifications on the sales order side. You can auto assign workflow templates, PO templates, service fees, and the erasure method. This can all be explained in the ITAD processing videos. Next, we're going to add a contact to this. So we're going to hit new window will appear, and we're going to add myself in here. So we're going to do first name, last name, email address, which we have right here. We're going to do office. And then I do want to point out here the drop down arrow next to email as well as office. You have multiple options as well. If it's a taxable address, you can mark this as taxable. And then here you can populate the address as well. For this example, we'll populate it with this address here. And then you have the ability to select the website and other multiple websites as well. If you want to add any notes or if there's anything special about this user, you have these customizable 5 fields down here at the bottom. At this point, we're going to click Save. And now we have successfully created a client vendor code, which is IQ. The company is IQ Reseller. And then that we have successfully added an address and contact. If you have multiple addresses and contacts, and you have maybe a default contact, a default ship to, remit to, and bill to address, as you add more to the bottom here, you also have the ability then to default certain addresses to certain functions within the system as well. If there is a shipping code that you want, that this customer wants you to use instead of shipping on your own shipping code for FedEx or UPS, and you have global ship set up within IQ Reseller, you can click on shipping here and you can auto default their account number and shipper to the order processing page when you go and ship a shipment on their behalf. You also have the ability down here, just briefly, is we have the price history, which will show all of their sales history and purchase history for this particular customer or vendor. You have a sales order and sales proposal history, same for a purchase order and purchase proposal. You have an invoice history. And then you also have a financial summary, which will give you your 30, 60, and 90 days. At this point, we're going to click Save. And just to show you that it was created, we'll type in the CV code here, and we see that we have created IQ Reseller.